Hello, and welcome to another episode of It's News to Me. I'm your host, Scott Glavick, and today, BATV has the scoop on the top local and world news, including the installation of a new neutrino detector at Fermilab, as well as the current status on the tensions between Russia and the Ukraine. In world news, the U.S. is officially out of the running for the World Cup after the teams lost to Belgium on Tuesday in a close 2-1 game that had gone into extra time. However, the U.S. put up a good fight, especially the team's goalie Tim Howard, who made 15 saves within the game, a World Cup record. The U.S. and UN have condemned the killing of a Palestinian teenager in Israel. 17-year-old Muhammad Abu Qadir was abducted on early Wednesday by two men after they had approached Qadir under the guise of asking for directions. He was seen being forced into a car by the two men, and his body was later discovered in a forest near the western outskirts of Jerusalem, covered in burns and showing evidence of violence. Motivation for the murder most likely stems from the murder of 3 Israeli teenagers just the day before Qadir's kidnapping. The U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry called the murder sickening, while the UN demanded justice over the despicable act. Both Israeli and Palestinian officials have also condemned the murder and are investigating the crime to bring the murderers to justice. And now let's head over to Bill McGrath with the Municipal Minute.
Hi, I'm Bill McGrath, the City Administrator, and this is the weekly edition of the Municipal Minute. We've got a lot going on this week, so I won't take a lot of your time. The fireworks are this Friday night, and everybody's excited to go down to Engstrom Park. There's going to be a little shifting of the seating areas because of the construction work that the Park District's doing, but the main seating area is still at Engstrom Park and at the high school. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you are watching this after they occurred, I hope you had a good time. Next up for the community is Windmill City Fest, which starts on Friday night, July 11th, and goes through Sunday the 12th, and that's always a really good time for people of all ages. A lot of music, beer and wine tent, carnival for the kids, and a lot of just sitting around and talking with your neighbors and friends. A lot of good food. In addition to the food at Windmill City Fest, though, we also hope you take advantage of our wonderful restaurants downtown. Speaking of restaurants downtown, people have been flocking to them because of the good weather, or in between thunderstorms, that is. And everybody's enjoying the fare and the music at night on the weekends at our downtown restaurants. Gaetano's is working feverishly to be open within the next couple of weeks. As you can imagine, putting in a full-service restaurant is very complex. There's a lot of different venting needs in the older building, especially because he's put in a wood-burning stove, or wood-burning oven. And it's going to be very exciting. I've been able to be in and see it, and I think you're really going to like it. So that should be sometime in the middle or latter stages of July. So keep on watching for the paper to come down at Gaetano's at the corner of River and Wilson Street. And I think one of the important things is with the addition of Gaetano's and Gammon Corner and the range to our other older restaurants, Solo Mio and Pal Joey's and Tusk and Thai Village and El Taco Grande and Pepe's, etc., etc. You now have a lot of choices downtown. If you show up at one of these places and there appears to be a line or a crowd there, you're still going to have other choices to stay downtown and eat with your friends or neighbors. So very excited about how that's coming. And of course the landscaping is looking really good. The rain has been really good to the flowers and the plants. So come on downtown. You'll notice some metal maple leaves that have been placed on the new seating walls on Wilson Street. Those are skateboard deterrents. As much as we like to have everybody use the seating walls, they are an attraction for some of our younger people who like to skateboard, and we've had to go to the extent of putting in some skateboard deterrents so that the stone caps will remain undamaged. They're actually very pretty. They're maple leaves. There's 6 different kinds. Just thought you would be interested in what those are. The crosswalks are mainly in the downtown. We're waiting for some more dry weather to have the balance of those put in. And additionally downtown, we're waiting for the requests for qualifications to be sent in by area engineering firms at the end of this week That's for the project to redo Houston Street, which is currently scheduled for next summer. So there's a lot going on here. Preparations, there is one thing going on that's actually in September, and that's the Art in Your Eye Festival. And right now, preparations are well in hand. There's the addition of a beer and wine tent for some live music on Friday and Saturday night of Art in Your Eye, so that'll be really exciting and another reason to come downtown. We are looking for a person or a couple of friends or a team of 3 or 4 neighbors to take charge of and organize the children's activity tent. We have a lot of the materials and the ideas, and we know how to set it up and all that. We just need a couple of volunteers who would like to kind of be in charge of that. It's a great idea. It would be a great project for a neighborhood to take on. It's a lot of fun. People usually volunteer for 2 or 3 hours and assist people, the kids, with some really simplistic arts and crafts projects, in addition to our volunteers and people from Water Street Studios who help the kids with potting wheels and some other projects. So if you have any interest in helping us out with this, it's in the middle of September. I think it's September 18th and 19th, I believe. But you can go to artinyoureye.com, and there's a link there that'll take you to volunteer opportunities and see how you can get involved with this really nice activity. As you will recall, last year it was moved from August to September. It worked out really well. Everybody's back from vacation. Everybody's back into school, but it's a nice kind of a event once the kids are in school and can get out and see their friends, and you can get out with your spouses and friends and neighbors and see some art and listen to some good music. So we would appreciate your help in that. And that's all we have for this week's Municipal Minute, and we hope to join you next week and hope you enjoy yourself at the fireworks. Thank you.
In other world news, steps are being taken to end hostilities between Russia and the Ukraine in the hopes of achieving a new truce. Foreign ministers from Russia, Ukraine, France, and Germany have agreed to hold 3-way discussions, including pro-Russian rebels, no later than the 5th of July. Foreign Minister Walter Steinmeier of Germany called for the talks after he had been warned that in the past 48 hours the situation had dramatically escalated and might get totally out of control. Violence had quickly escalated after the 10-day unilateral ceasefire ended on Monday, with both the Russian rebels and the Ukrainian soldiers accusing each other of violations. The violence had first erupted when in eastern Ukraine in April, after separatists declared independence in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. In local news, city officials have said that Main Street between Batavia Avenue and Van Noordwijk Avenue will be completely rebuilt in 2016 through a federal grant. Although the roadway and infrastructure improvements are 2 years away, residents and property owners are being asked for their opinions on the construction. The city's current goal is to make property owners, business owners, and residents aware of the current discussions concerning the renovation, which includes the possibility of redeveloping and strengthening the area with mixed uses.
The Batavia Park District is partnering with the University of Illinois Extension of Kane County to provide a month-long series geared towards teaching diabetes management starting July 16th. The series is titled Eye on Diabetes and consists of 4 2.5-hour sessions for people interested in preventing or managing diabetes. The sessions will be held from 4:30 to 7 p.m. on consecutive Wednesdays from July 16th through August 6th at the Batavia Boat Club on 1 Logan Street. Registration is available at bataviaparks.org/registration or by calling the Park District at 630-879-5235. Experiments are underway at Fermilab after the Microboon detector, a 30-ton, 40-foot-long metal tank designed to detect particles called neutrinos, was delivered to the facility. The Microboon detector has been under construction for almost 2 years. It contains a 32-foot-long time projection chamber, which took 2 months for the Microboon team to attach by hand. The machine will aid in scientists' studies of neutrinos, which, according to Fermilab scientists, are particles that could hold the key to understanding many of the unexplained mysteries of the universe. According to Bonnie Fleming, co-spokesperson for the Microboon experiment, Fermilab is thrilled to begin taking data later this year after a long time spent designing. Interested in reconnecting with nature this summer? Head out to the Sense the Seasons exhibit at the Red Oak Nature Center in Fox Valley. The exhibit features information about how the world cycles from one season to the next, as well as interactive sights, sounds, and smells. Outside the Sense the Seasons exhibit, Visitors are welcome to explore the Wildlife Room, a mini tour of the Fox River Valley that features habitat exhibits including snakes, turtles, and salamanders, highlighted by a 500-gallon turtle tank. Red Oak is open 361 days a year and is free to the public every day. Come on down to Emmanuel Lutheran Church and School on 950 Hart Road on Monday, July 14th at 7:30 p.m. to watch the Gymnasium Hyde Ost Symphonic Band of Hyde, Germany perform. The band will be visiting Batavia from July 13th to July 15th as part of the Blue Lake International Exchange Program.
With the first bird to test positive for the West Nile virus in Kane County, it's important to know the steps in preventing contracting the disease. West Nile virus is transmitted through the bite of a mosquito that has picked up the virus by feeding on an infected bird. Most people infected with the virus experience no clinical symptoms, but some may become ill 3 to 14 days after infection. Symptoms from the West Nile virus are typically mild and include fever, headaches, and body aches. However, serious illness, including meningitis and death, are possible. People ages 50 and older are at the highest risk of severe disease. To prevent contracting the virus, avoid being outdoors between dusk and dawn, when mosquitoes are most active. Wear shoes and socks, long pants, and a long-sleeve shirt when outdoors, and apply insect repellent that includes DEET, and change water in bird baths weekly. Please call 630-444-3040 to report the presence of freshly dead birds to the health department. Birds may not show any signs of decay, trauma, maggot, or insect activity. The Batavia School District is looking at a new way to raise money by selling advertising space on a newly donated scoreboard going up at Rotolo Middle School's outdoor field. Current discussions over the policies regarding who receives the space are concerned with being able to arbitrarily select an advertiser, as well as officials being able to reject proposed scoreboard ads for objectionable content. With summer well underway and cookouts abound, it's important to review some food safety precautions to prevent foodborne illnesses. The Kane County Health Department recommends the following steps when handling and preparing foods such as meats, poultry, and eggs. Wash your hands with warm water and soap for at least 20 seconds before and after handling food. Don't use sauce that was used to marinate raw meat or poultry on cooked food. Preheat the coals on your grill for 20 to 30 minutes. Make sure hamburgers are cooked to 160 degrees. Large cuts of beef can be safely consumed at a minimum of 145 degrees. Poultry must be cooked to 165 degrees, and fish must be opaque and flake easily. Do not put cooked food on a plate that held raw food, unless the plate was washed first. In hot weather above 90 degrees, food should not sit out for more than an hour before going in a refrigerator. Happy grilling! And now we head over to Angie with the Park Bench.
Hi, I'm Angie, the marketing intern at the Batavia Park District. Have you heard about the Bags Tournament the Batavia Parks Foundation is hosting during Windmill City Festival? On Saturday, July 12th at 6 p.m., the Toss for a Cause Bags Tournament is for participants 14 and older. Two-person teams will play a minimum of 3 games, and cash prizes will go to the top 2 teams. Register by calling 630-879-5235. Another event you don't want to miss is our Wiffle Ball Home Run Derby, sponsored by the Kane County Cougars. Step up to the plate and compete. We will have 3 age groups for this event. Each contestant will get 10 pitches to try for points per round. Prizes will be awarded to the winners. For the list of the Windmill City Festival events, please go to www.windmillcityfest.org or call 630-879-5235. The Batavia Quilt and Textile Show will be held on July 18th through 20th this year at the Eastside Community Center. This event is presented by the Batavia Depot Museum and sponsored by Prairie Shop Quilts. There will be over 150 quilts on display, raffles, a special Route 66 exhibit, and a variety of quilt technique demonstrations. The admission is $6 and $5 for seniors. Children 10 and under are free. The hours are Friday, July 18th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, July 19th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, July 20th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Karen Musgrave will also present a special behind-the-scenes look at stories in her book called Quilts in the Attic, uncovering the hidden stories of quilts we love, on Sunday at 2 p.m. For more information, contact Carla at 630-406-5282.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of It's News to Me. As always, our programming is viewable on our website at mybatv.com or on our YouTube channel, BATV 1017. Be sure to subscribe and like us on Facebook. I'm Scott Glavick, and on behalf of Claire and myself, thanks again for watching, and that's News to Me.
Hey, that's news to me.